He's refused to denounce a fellow named Hassan Piker, who was a friend of his, who said, America deserved 9/11. America deserved 9/11. In New York, every New Yorker was traumatized by 9/11. So these are highly inflammatory and divisive comments.
Do you believe, as the council member said, that Mamdani is an anti-Semite and a communist?
I don't think the council member said that.
Why is it that you can just say and do whatever you want as long as you are the right flank candidate in any election in the United States of America? Like, what is happening in this planet? You could just be like, I'm right wing. I am more to the right of whoever I'm running against. So you could just do whatever you want in that situation. Because remember, this person lost the Democratic primary and basically stayed in the race because of billionaires begging him to stay in the race because they saw that he would be the only person who could potentially be Zohran Mamdani. They dumped hundreds of millions of dollars at this point into the race to attack Zohran Mamdani. Now, on the one hand, he's running around saying, like, I'm the only real Democrat here, even though the guy who won the Democratic primary is running on the Democratic ticket. I'm the real Democrat. Also, here are all the Republicans who are supporting me. And also, he just keeps smearing every day. Like, that's ridiculous. There were media reporters in the room. They heard the council member say that.
Aside from the fact that he's a communist, an anti-Semite, he has no idea what he's doing.
And then they ask him and he goes, I don't think the council member said that. It's like, brother, you're right next to her. Are your ears covered in wax? What the do you mean?
Governor, now that you were able to hear clearly that she did in fact say that, do you agree with her that Zohran Mamdani is anti-Semitic and a communist?
Yeah, I didn't hear her referring to him as an anti-Semite. I thought she was referring to him as fostering anti-Semitic sentiment. He has said some highly inflammatory things on the campaign trail. And he is a...
Brother, give it up. Just say he's anti-Semitic. Why are you still playing this song and dance? I don't even understand it. Like, what? That's a bridge too far? You said he would cheer on 9/11. Like, at this point, just say yes. Yes, you think Zohran Mamdani is anti-Semitic. Like, even his smearing campaign when he's in front of a CNN anchor is still means tested. Like, he has to take this wishy-washy, mealy-mouthed centrist line. We know how you feel, dog. What do you mean? I'm not saying he's anti-Semitic. I'm simply saying he's done a lot that you could say maybe is fostering anti-Semitic value. Just say he's an anti-Semite, bro. You've been smearing him as a terrorist every dang day. Might as well also say he's an anti-Semite. It's so funny. I just don't get it. I mean, I know I've experienced this nonstop for the past 2 years with people being like, Hasan is a dangerous terrorist. And then when asked, they'll be like, oh, well, I wouldn't say, I think maybe he's just like overlooking the anti-Semitism that's brewing or anything or some like that. And it's like, bro, you just said I was a anti-Semitic terrorist yesterday. What do you mean? I'm just simply fostering an environment where anti-Semitism can manifest. Like, you already took the maximalist line. It's so dumb.
Offended the Jewish community. There is no doubt about that. He refuses to denounce globalize the Intifada, which basically means kill Jewish people. He's refused to denounce a fellow named Hassan Piker, who was a friend of his, who said, America deserved 9/11. America deserved 9/11. In New York, every New Yorker was traumatized by 9/11. So these are highly inflammatory and divisive comments. And he had...
Come on. A little bit of pushback. Like, he has quite literally said he does not agree with both of these statements, okay? The 9/11 one.
I find the comments that Hasan made on 9/11 to be objectionable and reprehensible. And I also think that part of the reason why Democrats are in the situation that we are in, of being a permanent minority in this country, is we are looking only to speak to journalists.
And the Intifada one.
Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead this city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights. And ultimately, that's what is the foundation of so much of my politics, the belief that freedom and justice and safety are things that, to have meaning, have to be applied to all people, and that includes Israelis and Palestinians as well.
To be fair, he shouldn't have even done the globalize the Intifada, I condemn it or anything like that. He shouldn't have done that. Regardless, where is the anchor? just be like, well, that's not true. He actually did that to your face.
He's made them and he's stuck by them. He refuses to recognize the right of Israel to exist as a Jewish state. So he has been very outspoken.
Let's see what the comments are saying. This man sent over 10,000 seniors to the desk while their family members could not even visit them. I don't know how he can show his face in public. I thought this election was about New York, not about Israel. I'm just confused. So Zoran is running for mayor of New York City and Andrew is running for mayor of Tel Aviv. This dude literally has no policy. His whole agenda is Mamdani is this and that. He has nothing. Cuomo's embarrassing himself. He's failing, but hopefully come in dead last in the race. Nobody wants Andrew Cuomo in New York City. Andrew feels he's entitled to be mayor. Go away and never come back. Jews voted for Zoran over Cuomo in the Democratic primary, by the way. I can't help but notice the dynamic that exists in this race is not dissimilar to one that I'm very used to, which is like, on the one hand, you got motherfuckers who are just like spending every waking moment disparaging you. And then on the other hand, you're just trying to continue pushing on and talk about the things that you care about and try to hopefully get as many people on board that the situation is untenable, unmanageable, unstable. And we have to wake up, we have to lock in, and we have to organize to try and fix some of these problems. It's very interesting. One side has realized that they have no shot at winning, so they will try to disparage the side that is going to win to the best of their ability all the way until the very last moment. I don't think Andrew Cuomo thinks he's going to win this race. I think Andrew Cuomo is doing everything he can to soothe the interests of the billionaires that have given him $100 million by basically being a parasitic force all the way until the very last moment of this race. That's it. Because if he wanted to win, he would probably, at some point, start talking about what he's going to do for New Yorkers. If you were to take his word, the only thing he wants to do for New Yorkers is basically execute Zoran Mamdani at Times Square. That's it. He's a one policy guy. He's like, New Yorkers, you need me to jail Zoran Mamdani. Make me mayor so I can do capital punishment on Zoran Mamdani. That's the only thing I'm standing for. The only thing I care about is Zoran Mamdani going to prison.
So then just to put a point in the question, though, do you believe that he is, as the Congresswoman said, her exact words, an anti-Semite? Do you agree with her?
Yeah, she was a councilwoman. And look, I don't have the power to look into somebody's soul. I don't know if somebody's...
Why is he so afraid of just saying Zoran Mamdani's anti-Semitic when that's his entire campaign? What is going on? This just doesn't make any logical sense. Because on the one hand, he just keeps saying that over and over again. On the other hand, he's like, well, I don't know. What is this take? Is he a terrorist who would cheer on another 9/11 and a real ever-present danger to New Yorkers who are of Jewish descent, Jewish background? Or is he not? Are establishment Democrat picks, like the center-right Democrats, incapable of standing on any position, no matter how much they champion it? Are they only capable of running against candidacies? Just a purely reactionary movement at this point, it seems. Like, this is no different than Kamala Harris being like, you have to vote for me because Donald Trump is bad. Like, just talk about what you're going to do for the people. And don't just talk about what you're going to do for the people that are small business owners, okay? Don't do this whole, like, $50,000 in tax cuts for small business owners. Like, talk about what you're going to do for the broadest population, for the largest number of Americans, okay? Not even remotely invested in this at all. Fundamentally misunderstanding the purpose of democracy, the purpose of the democratic process. It's just so ridiculous.
Racist, somebody's a bigot, somebody's anti-Semitic. I know what he has said is highly inflammatory and offensive to the Jewish community. There is no doubt about that. When you say you won't denounce kill all the Jews, that's inflammatory.
Wait, if you think Zoran Mamdani is running around saying kill all the Jews, then he is anti-Semitic, right? You can't be in this world where you think Zoran Mamdani is running around saying that, which he never said, by the way. Like, if you're going to slander the man, go all the way. I don't understand it. What is this? You guys don't understand. I'm going for a reasonable centrism in my Islamophobic campaign attacks. Where on the one hand, I'm claiming falsely that Zoran Mamdani is saying kill all the Jews. But on the other hand, I won't commit to saying he's anti-Semitic. This doesn't even make sense. Like, ironically enough, all people think, their entire takeaway from this campaign, this media hit, is going to be, you make no sense and you're pro-Israel at a time when, the majority is not. The majority is very openly anti-Israel. And also, why the do you keep talking about Israel? Why the do you keep attacking Zohran Mamdani over Israel? Like, Zohran Mamdani is a 34-year-old Muslim socialist. He's an anti-Zionist as well. But you could have hit him on the policies. Even then, it would have probably been a lost cause because none of the things that he is advocating for are impossible to do. They're objectively popular. So you would still be running around talking about how, we can't do these policies that have been done before in New York history. That would still be a bad campaign. But it probably would do better than this.
You were campaigning in Harlem yesterday, and you painted a very bleak picture of what you believe New York City would be with Mamdani as mayor. Here's some of that.
This is about the future of the city of New York. I do not believe the city of New York has a future if Zohran Mamdani is elected mayor.
New York, as you well know, is a very resilient city. It certainly had a future after the horrific 9/11 terror attacks. It had a future after COVID. More than 47,000 people died during the pandemic. Why do you believe specifically that the city itself won't have a future if Mamdani is in fact mayor?
Two reasons.
It's interesting because, this is contentious. This is a somewhat contentious interview. This is a target-rich environment for adversarial journalism. It's virtually impossible for any competent CNN anchor to conduct an interview with Andrew Cuomo at this point that doesn't actually try to address some of these inconsistencies, okay? Whereas with Zohran Mamdani, he's run a fairly stainless campaign, right? Not a lot of blemishes there. All of the manufactured outrage points are just mostly ineffective. He's neutralized some of the arguments, and others you don't even need to talk about, right? And even then, adjust this to the Anderson Cooper interview. Anderson Cooper was trying to dagger him on everything. He was like, well, in 2013, you said the NYPD was being trained by the IDF. What did you mean by that? Don't you think it's anti-Semitic to say such a thing? No, it's not. It's just the truth. It's the truth. The IDF does train at the NYPD and also every other local police department. It's just the truth. Meanwhile, this guy's like, Zohran is an anti-Semite terrorist. He's going to cheer on 9/11. He's devastating. He's so divisive. He's so divisive by being Islam, by being Mohammedan. And they're barely scratching the surface of his inconsistencies and his ridiculous lines of attack.